Thanks for the recommendation. We've been to Neptune Seafoods today. One of the recommendations came from the one that only Ms. Faye Brown. Let's go. Chips. They're not the crunchiest chips. If you like that mix between a crunchy edge and a soft middle, this is the kind of chip for you. Reminds me in some ways of the Marsick Brothers chip in terms of the texture, not as chunky as a Marsick Brothers chip, but overall I think if you're all about the crunch, Best Baits and Mangere Bridge takeaways, definitely the way to go. These could do with a little bit more seasoning as well, but on the whole, pretty nice. Fritters. These are some of the darkest fritters I've seen for a while. Just kind of go with my dark cap and the pretty dark day our sports teams had on Saturday. Not bad actually. Pretty nice crunch, nice soft pillowy middle. If you like them estragon or golden brown, you're gonna love these. They're a touch too done for me, but on the whole, pretty good. Okay, we've got a piece of snapper as well. This was $6. Not a massively thick piece of fish, that's why it's $6. I quite like the batter around the outside of this though. It's nice golden and just not quite, this is how I wish the fritters had been done. This is on point this. Spring rolls, they are a lot smaller than Mangere Bridge takeaways and Best Baits. That is napalm in the middle though. It's a soft and chewy crunch, similar to a combination dumpling that you get at Yum Cha. Just enough meat in there to give it a nice little punch. This would be the curry roll. I think that one's got a better, that's still got the chewiness, but it's got a slightly better crunch on it. And it's a reasonably punchy curry sauce without being spicy. It's mild, but the flavor in there is nice. We got a USA hot dog, looks like there's some onion in there, tomato sauce and mustard. Not bad for $5.50. There's a bit of cheese in there as well. The onion isn't nice and soft and a little bit caramelized like it was at Mangere Bridge Takeaways, but I believe that Mangere Bridge Takeaways hot dog costs more than this one. This is good in a pinch, but I would still pay more for the Mangere Bridge one. That was spot on. This is their bacon and egg burger. I asked for some cheese on it too. Your usual Slim Shady frozen meat patty in the middle. Nice little bit of bacon. Egg's fine. I quite like that they've got coleslaw in here as well, so you get a little bit of carrot in there too. The crunch is nice. There's not a whole lot of cheese in there considering I paid an extra $2.50 to get the cheese in there. And it doesn't get the kind of melt that I really love on a burger like this. Say for example, if you go to Cambodian takeaways, they do a beautiful cheese melt on the burger. But overall, not too bad. This is their fish and egg burger, $6.50 for this. Not a bad price for fish and egg burger. You can see a little bit of egg yolk dribbling out there too. It's okay. I think it needs maybe a little bit more salad to add a bit more of a fresh crunch in there and more condiment. I would rate this burger more highly than the fish burger that I got from Best Baits. It might have been an off day for Best Baits because everything else was great, but the fish burger was just, like the fish fillet itself wasn't nearly as crunchy, and overall the flavor was pretty sort of, but in terms of a battle for a fish burger, I think definitely better there, but I think at $6.50 for a fish and egg burger, you can get some really amazing fish burgers from Cambodian takeaways and Moon takeaways in Mount Roskill. They'll have heaps of salad, really big pieces of fish, and you get beetroot in there as well. Or the legendary Super Horse Chinese takeaway one for $6.90 that just gets like a massive piece of fish all up in the middle of it. Overall not bad, and certainly if you come on a Monday and Best Baits is closed and Mangere Bridge takeaways are closed, not a bad option, and the locals were lining up after I made my order there. But on any other day of the week where Best Baits and Mangere Bridge takeaways are open, I would go to one of those ones instead of this one. It is what it is. There's some stiff competition at Mangere Bridge. Thanks so much. See you next time.